You're welcome back to News Insights. Insecurity in Nigeria appears not to be going away. So anybody is interested in anything that will lead to those who are funding this crisis that has kind of changed our country. Boko Haram has made president in this country. As a matter of fact, President Buhari ran on insecurity, that I will secure Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. If there wasn't Boko Haram, probably Buhari would not win election. It's so cardinal.
One of his major campaign
to his campaign.
Agenda, yeah.
Exactly. So now we are seeing a kind of, there has been a lot of useless accusations.
No.
They never take them seriously.
They were not useless accusations.
Well, let's call them useless. Okay. They didn't use them. And it was not very useful. So according to, if they were, they would have, But now, let's keep it that way. We are seeing an international organization who themselves claim to be running proper, proper policies, okay, transparent policies and all that, being accused as a machinery for funding Boko Haram. Do you think we should sweep it under the carpet? Ali Ndume said no, the federal government should investigate that.
It's just a very, very unfortunate situation that a lot of people have died and are still dying. Over 50,000 Nigerians or 500,000 Nigerians have died because of this. Why I tried to cut you short that time is this. A very serious-minded Nigerian that was in charge of security, Major Ali Mustafa, former CSO to late General Sani Abacha, a major that is respected more than many generals in his time, went to Brekete family here. A lot of us, Nigerians, saw the video. Not once, not twice. And even gave reasons why some of the whites, were sponsoring insecurity, insurgency in the northern part of the region because of certain mineral resources that God had given to us that is supposed to have been enough for us to live better than Libya. Nigerian government did not do anything about it. That is why I say it wasn't not just useless allegations. But
only that they are the one that decided to use it less.
And do you know why? Do you know why? Because the governors, the president, most of the senators, they only hear this insecurity that some of these foreign workers are using to siphon money. They also use it to steal money. Your former chief of army staff. So a lot of them. So as it stands, if the white people who were bringing the money are not telling us to our face, hence we have refused to understand, to agree that we know that the aids we are getting are not just for the good of the country, but rather they use it, they cause insecurity, come in the name of aids, and now begin to extract our mineral resources. Nigerian government should not sweep it under its
Okay, good. Like you said, those aids they are bringing, almost everybody agree that we are not seeing the impact.
Certainly.
But moving further to be a machinery for funding terrorism is the area we probably didn't know about. You think federal government should investigate this?
Absolutely, they should investigate it because it's not the first time. The President Chief of Army Defense Staff, in one of his videos, said that these NGO activities are questionable. That when they started initially, we thought they were doing it. They went on a further investigation. This is what we find out.
Yes.
That how can a man who said he was coming to assist person will come and pay for a property for 10 years?
10 years.
What is his intention? Is he saying that
the problem will continue for 10 years?
Forever? Then look, we should be mindful of these activities of these NGOs, especially international NGOs. I'm not surprised that the man was denied a visa to Canada. Forget about how
the cover note and
whatever. You see, this is one of the people who knows their trick, who do not like them, who say the truth, and they don't want to in any way expose into more of their secrets. Because this invitation they invite our people to overseas and all of that. In most cases, they invite them to give them instruction what to do, or indoctrinate them further, or brainwash them to do their bidding. And they see this kind of man will not do that. Fine, coming to this matter, that you see, the Trump second coming to the White House is a blessing to Africa. A lot is going to happen, and if Trump hadn't, stepped into that office second term, we would have heard of all this because Trump has said, "Look, what is this USAID is even for in the first place?
Africans are not feeling the impact.
They're not feeling the impact.
So what have they done for Africa? You said they are going to aid somebody to stop something, and the thing kept growing every day. Say if I say you taxpayer, your money is being wasted for no just cause. This money is being used to sponsor transgender, gayism, and all of that. It's not for the purpose they are telling you they're using it for.
Okay, as a matter of fact, Eli, a lot of people say that about 95% of those money they claim to bring to Africa goes back to their logistic, goes back to them, goes back to their friends, partner, how do they call them, service partners who are appointed by them. So eventually it's a money laundering mechanism that nothing really gets to the people. Do you understand? There's no nation that will rely on the 5% of what you claim to be bringing. And look at it. Almost all nations, we talked about it the other day, a few days ago. Almost all nations are saying we are okay without it.
Just go.
Don't worry. We can do without you.
Because they, like you've just mentioned, they do not really see the importance of these aids in Africa. Rather, they come here in the name of coming to assist us, like the President of the United States have just mentioned. They use the opportunity to steal our mineral resources to enrich themselves. They embezzle money that over there will be well accounted for. And unfortunately, of course, nobody will come into your father's house in the name of coming to render assistance without you, some of you, one or two of you, getting involved with them. And then because of the corrupt nature of we Africans, once we get... You see, when they come, they give us a new vehicle. We have the foreign food, foreign drinks. We have some dollars, some clothes to ourselves.
So whatever they are taking away, yes,
again.
what they take away.
We don't checkmate them. You see, so that corruption that is in our own blood too, encourage them. These white people cannot spend that money in their place.
Ella, in support of what you said, the other time, I think 2 days ago, I was telling, was it you I was asking, I said, the lack of contentment nature of African man, and that's exactly what you're saying.
You won't blame
there is this nature. There is nature.
You won't blame the African man because of hunger. Are we running on a national grid now? We are not. We are running on our own generator here at the moment. Yeah. So if somebody is coming to this studio for a program, and we know that what he's coming to do, he's bringing 100 million. You know, and claiming he's using the 100 million here, and by the end of the one I'm going, I will have 1 million, you have 1 million, you have 1 million for fuel, and then they will give us light. We may not, because of hunger. Government has failed the black man, and so the black man is exposed to any kind of.
But these government officials are our people. They are placed there by us.
Well, they are placed there by us and imposed on us by INEC, which is what Pharaoh to me has said. The judiciary now encourages.
Okay, back to the 8th, Philip.
Yes.
How do we now close our border? It's not about them now because this is just Trump.
Yes.
Trump will come and go.
That's where
and Trump, USAID is just one. There are too many of them in the name of European, Kene, blah, blah, blah. Even Chinese now has penetrated us. How do we close our doors?
Thank you very much. That's where I was going to go to. You see, when Senator Ndume said, we need to investigate this allegation, we're not only going to investigate this allegation, we need to strengthen our institution.
Yes.
You know, if you are saying that you are coming to do it to us, there should be processes that you will pass through. These are immigration, custom, and all of that.
Police, civil defense, the army.
Proper checking.
Yeah. Yes.
If you are bringing this cup to this country, our institution should confirm that the cup you are bringing is white.
Yes.
From the custom to the immigration until you enter the country, and what the cup is going to be used for to be ascertained.
No, let me come. Like I said, he just said it. He used the nature. It doesn't have to be our nature. I agree, but because our people cannot stop being corrupt, this foreign agency can use our clearing agent who knows how to penetrate these customs, and they will talk like that. Then Anambra market was closed down. There's a medicine, they call it medicine market, drug market, was closed down for having certain contraband. Imagine the distance between Lagos all that Anambra until the thing gets into the market before you now come and close the market. So the idea is to allow all the custom officials to collect all their bribe.
That's it.
And if you finish the process, they know. And that's why I said the system need to be strict. I make sure the custom, I make sure the immigration. These are most two important agencies that man our borders. And there should be a system in place. We have, some standard organization of Nigeria and all of that. We have NAFDAC and all that to see all these agents to be up and doing. If our agency, I know that by our nation were corrupt and all that, but there are some few good elements. We have said, look, we need to strengthen our agency. We need to strengthen our agency. We need a good head. And I can't get tired of making reference to Akwile Dora when he was in charge of everything turned around for good. We just need one person who wants to do the right thing. And I can bet you Nigeria are very easy to control.
Exactly.
When Idiago was there, Nigeria was on the right
Okay,
track.
I kept saying this. The one of the easiest, you were calling conscience, it sounds something like that too. It has to start from the human being. How about we start going back to our culture of contentment? How about we start going back to those days when a son of a civil servant is going to do something, they'll say, let me pay for him, he's a civil servant, because they don't have much money. People that should have much money are business people. How about to stop looking at government agencies as a place to become rich? How about we start getting content? Stop looking at those doing drug businesses and all that. Because if we don't get contentment in us, there is no way we are going to curb corruption. Because people want to acquire more, any money they see, whether they is theirs or not, they try to get at it.
The gods are not to blame. It's a title of a book.
Yeah.
I'm not a civil servant. I can never be a civil servant. What is the salary of a civil servant? What is the cost of living? Common to move. I come from Cuba to town. But with my little size, if I'm not driving...
But not all. Some of them are even richer than businessmen.
That's where I'm going to. So you see, it's government policies like he said. Government has failed us. If you want to go back to the values we were used to, those days, if they said a girl in a family is sleeping around a prostitute or she gives birth, that family will be ashamed of having her as a daughter. If they say this young man is a thief, he stole in the school.
Brought a car back. They'll ask you, where did you make the money?
Which car? Are you talking of car? That you are in a boarding school and it's been explained, proven to your father that you stole Gary from your friend. And he tagged it that you stole it, he didn't give you. Your father will beat you that his neighbors will begin to beg for you. And now, Betty, how do you go back to such way of life when the hunger in you cannot survive, you cannot sustain? So government should strengthen our institutions, stop corruption, develop the country, encourage our country. If Nigerians have a lot to eat, and if there's a good role, if there are good roads, and if the security is okay, and if the money you are giving can sustain you, then they cannot advise you not to be corrupt.
Okay, that's what I say. I'm not saying a place like Russia is really not the best place, also corrupt. But they said our doors are not open to all these USAID. Do you know why? Because they can feed themselves. So we can't stay close our doors successfully if we are not content with what we have. Phillips, just 30 seconds. The time is against us.
Our value system.
Value. Still back to that
Value
system.
system. Until we go back to reevaluate our value system. We'll remain where we are. What is our value system today? Money.
Eli, you can't reward somebody that did very well. You cannot punish somebody that did evil. The people will continue to misuse.
Definitely. If I am doing good and I'm not rewarded, and you are doing evil,
yes,
and you are not being punished,
no, let's say I'm doing good, you are the one doing evil.
Okay, fine. And the evil one is flourishing.
Yes.
I'll be intimidated.
That's right.
So naturally, government, like what I've said here, let's look into it that things should be done the way they should be done. Yeah. Let's stop celebrating thieves. Let's stop celebrating giving people glory that we cannot even explain or define how they come about it. Let us understand.
And we shouldn't also witch hunt people simply because they share different political views from us. I think our takeaway, this is still the value system. Their value system, reward somebody that does well and punish somebody that does evil. Don't use any machinery of government to procure wealth for yourself. And contentment is a great gain, and it remains so. I think that's where we'll be taking on this. This is still News Insight. We'll be right back.